In this tutorial, we're going to cover the ACM OSDP support. So let's take a look at that. So what is OSDP? So OSDP is a new protocol that allows a better integration between the reader and the card reader or the interface board. Also, it provides encrypted communication, again, between the reader and the reader board. Wiring is very simple. You basically have just wire 4 wires depending on the reader, so please consult your reader manual to see how you wire OSDP. This is a reader port, Mercury reader port, and all you have to do is just 4 wires to configure. You don't even need to connect LED. It's all done through the OSDP protocol, so it's more software driven now. Very easy to configure, again, just 4 wires. Here's some of the advantages of using OSDP. So OSDP can go up to 4,000 feet in distance between the reader and the reader port compared to 500 in a standard WIGAN, so that's a big advantage right there. It's very suitable, and one of the great applications for that is elevator control. So now you can put the reader inside the elevator, run the wire all the way back to the control room and have your reader board there. You no longer need to put the reader board inside the elevator cab. Sometimes it's a problem because of the space, and there's not a lot of space to go and put a full-size reader board. So in this case, using OSDP, that is one of the big advantages, is the distance of the wiring, that you can go much further than standard WIGAN. Does provide you a great LED control, better than standard WIGAN format, where it's more hardware driven, so you have to wire one reader or another and you get one color or another. Basically you get 2 colors, either you get yellow and green or red and green, so you can change that. So OSDP will let you have more capabilities there. Great for example, for a lockdown situation where you can throw the system in lockdown and then go in ACM and tell them to change the reader color to provide a visual notification that you're now in lockdown state. Reader supervision is another big benefit. So if someone cuts the reader or destroys the reader, you'll get a notification, you'll get an alarm notification in regards to that. And also communication between the reader and the reader port now is encrypted using OSDP. So let's take a look on ACM. I'm going to go ahead and create a new reader that and configure an OSDP reader. So let me show you how we do that in ACM. All right, let's go ahead and show you how we can create a reader, a OSDP reader in ACM. So we're going to go ahead and here and click it, add a door. Enter a name. So I'm going to call this my door 1 OSDP. Obviously, you can give it any name you want. Then here in location, it's always a good idea that you add a location there, just in case you want to know where this reader is connected to, right? Where is this reader wired to? So you don't have to trace wire. You can just go say, hey, this is my IDF room 123, for example, okay, or whatever that is. And then you're going to come down here under vendor and select Mercury. So OSDP at this point only works with Mercury controllers. And then you're going to come here and pick the controller. So I have my controller here is a 1502. It's right in front of me here in my desk, and I'm going to go ahead and select that. And I already have a reader pre-configured. So my setup is a 1502 with a HID multi-class SC RPK40 reader. So this one has a keypad. And I'm wired this as OSDP, so you need to consult your reader manufacturer for OSDP wiring. Okay. In this case, the HID is pretty simple. It's just 4 wires. It's power ground and OSDP 1 and 2. So it's very easy to configure. Over here, I'm going to go ahead and select a single reader. Because the keypad reader, I'm just going to go ahead and choose card or pin. So then later I can go ahead and just push a pin number and get a valid credential. Because I don't have door strikes in this particular setup or door contact, I'm just going to assume that all the access are used and details, so I can see a little bit more details on the transactions. Go ahead and click Save. This takes you, the wizard will take you to the next part of the configuration, which is the Operations tab. Here you can go and set up bunch of different things, including LDE behavior and also the times for the door. So for example, by default, ACM will open the door, stand opening time is 10 seconds. Just I'm gonna hit, because this is a testing scenario, I'm just gonna go ahead and put 3. Card formats also by default are assigned. If you need a specific card format or you need to create a different card format, you can go over here in card formats and just go create a new card format there and then assign that to the door, assign that to the reader, okay? And I'm gonna hit save again. When I do that, this will automatically jump to the hardware. So here it is, hardware status. And now I'm in hardware tab. And now I'm gonna go ahead and just select the door. So this is my door 1 in my primary reader port. So literally I have this connected to the controller in reader port 1. And then my door positioning switch is in input 1. My Rex is in input 2. And my door strike is in output 1. And that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and save that. Once you do that, you notice that it jumps to this interlocks. I'm gonna go back to hardware because now I have to tell the system this is a OSDP reader. And the way I do that is here's the reader. I'm gonna go ahead and hit this icon here, the pencil icon. Make sure that I have this selected. So by default, when you come in, you will see it like this. It's because I already created the OSDP reader and remove it. That's why it's showing OSDP. But in this case here, you're gonna have, it will come in this way. So you have to go here to reader type, select OSDP, okay? And I usually check bidirectional, so this will give you more information. Baud rate, either leaving at 9600 or not, it will do the same, okay? So default is 9600, so leave it there. OSDP address, you don't need to do that because I'm connecting one reader, one OSDP reader to the 1502 reader port. So you're going to connect that to the same reader port that you would connect otherwise a Wigan reader. So the difference is just the wiring, really. And so just go ahead and select that. No need to put address in there. Go ahead and hit save. And now, because obviously I added a new door, I'm gonna go here into access group and make sure that my door, here is my door number 1, is entered there. Save that. So now the door belongs to that row. I already have this row assigned to some users. And I'm gonna go ahead and just enter a PIN number here in my reader. And I got a valid a local grant, okay? So right PIN number, so the reader is working perfectly. So if you go to the hardware status, this will show you some more information on that reader. I could also open the door manually from here. So here it is. That's another way you can validate if your wiring and the configuration of your reader is correct, right? So you can look at the reader if you see the green LED. So in other words, the door is in unlock state right now, so that means it's behaving properly. When I'm done, I'll put the door back to normal. And also under the doors, you'll be able to see your reader here. So if there is any problems, this obviously will give you a different status. So this means this device is working properly, the door is right now is closed, and the configuration of this reader is card or pin. Okay, so that's how simple it is to configure a OSDP reader under ACM.